Alright, I just finished next week's video. Now I'm doing today's video. Masculinity. You know what I mean? The purpose. No. Oh, okay. Hear me out. Because I really don't want to stop and re-record this. Masculinity is defined by two things. In my opinion. It can be majorly defined by two things. I didn't read any books on this. I didn't do any research on this. This is from my own personal observations. I watched one Instagram reel video about the Isle of Man TT, the racing thing within the island, and it's just motorcycles. Like, bro, motorcycles going 200 miles per hour on this island. People dying every time this thing comes. And I heard this dude, he was like, this is what being a man is about. I'm like, hell yeah. All the comments are like, hell yeah. You wonder why dudes say hell yeah after doing something blatantly irresponsible to their own health? This is why. Because masculinity can be defined in two words. I only have one note here relating to this. It says purpose and danger. Men have two things. They have a purpose or they have a sense of danger. You know what I mean? And they can become, they're like this, they're like this, they're like this. If you want, you can replace the word danger with risk. Same thing, right? Peak masculine society. They were cracking dudes. Yeah, I'm talking about the Spartans. Were Spartans cracking dudes? I think so. Cracking dudes, Spartans. Peak masculinity. They'd be like, yo, this my wife right here. Then they make love to their wife. And then the next day, they'd go out. They had purpose. Fight the ops. Their purpose was to fight the ops. And inherently, when you're fighting the ops, there's danger, there's risk. But there's a certain point where risk has to be considered. Why do dudes stop riding motorcycles when they have children? Because they have a new purpose in life, and is to take care of those kids. And that purpose outweighs the other purpose of maybe adrenaline or looking cool or X, Y, and Z. The purpose overrides the other purpose, so they can't put themselves within that danger. You know what I mean? Because they won't fulfill their purpose. If they put themselves in a situation where they could die, there's a needless risk of death, and it's not to fulfill their purpose, which is to take care of their children. Then it don't make sense. It's not the masculine way of thinking. Word to bro. Purpose and danger. If the person has nothing, if a man has nothing external to live for, if he has no purpose, if he has a purpose confided not within something else but within himself, then he has the right to assess the danger and make a decision based on his assessment. Is it a needless danger that he's putting himself through? Maybe. But he earned that right. To put himself through that danger. Now, if his goal is contrary to his purpose, if the danger is contrary to the purpose, if the two don't go align, it doesn't make any sense. It's not a very masculine way of thinking, if you will. Or rather, disregard the statement that I just said. If the person is too scared of the danger to fulfill their purpose, to fulfill their goals, then they're not masculine, you can say. Or traditionally masculine, as you could say. In my opinion. This is all my opinion, by the way. I like doing hand gestures when I'm passionate about things, in case you're curious. What is my next point? Let me think about it. Men live shorter than women. Now, why is that? Masculinity. Some people may call it toxic masculinity. Some people might call it traditional masculinity. Some people might call it masculinity, period. But I think women are born with more brain cells relating to self-preservation than men. Think about it like this. One woman could produce like 10 kids. You really need that woman. One dude could produce, one dude has to find a woman to produce 10 kids. Bro. So like, and women really be like old timey. I'm not sure about 2025. Will women really be holding down the household? They really be holding it down. They don't have time to die. But like dudes could die. Like a woman could die and then boom, no more children. But a dude could die and a woman could go to another dude and get more children. You understand? Like women gotta be careful because they be having the seeds that are capable of life. You understand? You get the point I'm trying to make, right? Not saying that dudes don't have the capabilities to make kids, but they don't. You understand? You understand the point I'm trying to make? I'm going to assume that you understand the point I'm trying to make, and I'm going to keep it pushing. Women need to value their life. Dudes, you got to do something, you know what I mean? Like, while the woman's is holding down the house, we got to do something to take care of the things that need to be taken care of, you understand? Danger and purpose, right? Need to weigh the risks. Word to bro. And sometimes women just, you know what I mean? They don't understand. You see a dude, bro, there's like this clip of some Arab dudes. They're like jumping, you know what I mean? They're all in a circle. They got muskets. They're dancing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They jump. Boom. Shoot their feet. But they jump before they shoot their feet and they hit the carpet. So they're not technically blowing their feet off. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And how do I join? It kind of looks fun. I need to get to the hang of it, but it looks dope. A woman might be like, why would you even want to try to do that? Purpose and risk. The risk that I blow my feet off with training, I say it's like a 30% chance. I don't have kids that I need to take care of back home. And if I do, blowing my foot off would probably affect my job. It might affect the people I have to take care of. But I don't. I do whatever the hell I want. I don't really think it's gonna hurt me that bad. Just a gravitation, the male gravitation towards danger and wanted to do stuff because maybe it's to impress people. Maybe it's to just say, hell yeah. Maybe it's to do all three. But the masculine inclination to just do things is, I want to do it like I don't know, it's just, hey, that's cool, let's do it. You know what I mean? With it's considered, you know what I mean, a little feminine if you value your life too much. You scared? You know what I mean? Like, people die every day. I talk about death a lot on this channel. People die every day. What are you scared of death for? Life is so deadly, you gonna die. Oh, bucko. What's that quote? I don't know, but he was like, you know how deadly life is? You're not gonna come out alive. Like, everyone gonna die. You know what I mean? And death Well, finding what you want to do, in my opinion, is a noble death. Death in pursuit of something is noble in a way. Death in pursuit of finding what you want to do for the rest of your life. You died finding what you want to do for the rest of your life. Is that not kind of a bar? You know what I mean? Oh, you don't have any kids. Dude don't got no kids. I'm a leave women out of this because I'm not a woman. I can't speak on their behalf. And if I try to, it's not gonna sound right. I'm gonna talk about dudes. I'm a dude. I'm a dude. You know what I mean? I got a door stopper right here. So I'm gonna speak on the door stopper's behalfs. Word to bro. Things, we don't do everything to try to woo a person, to try to woo a woman. We might though. You know what I mean? Like, dirty macking is literally to like hate on other people. You know what I mean? Those birds, they be hitting it. If you're deaf, if you're blind, I can't imagine a deaf person watching me unless I start throwing gang signs. You know what I mean? If a blind person watching me, I'm just doing like that cha-cha. You know what I mean? The male birds be doing this to woo women. You know what I mean? We be doing it too. You know, we animals. Dudes, humans, Homo sapiens are animals. You know what I mean? We get all of our traits from different animals. You know what I mean? So like, we be doing the same thing, but it's different. Sometimes you're just doing things because you only live once. It looks fun. Let's do it. You know what I mean? I want to be in a race with somebody in a fast car. What if you lose control of the wheel? What if I don't? What are the odds of me losing control of the wheel with a car I'm comfortable with? What are the odds that my transmission blows up in front of me? Fireball. I'm just holding the wheel like this. I'm not panicking. You know what I mean? Why would I panic? If you think you gonna die, 7 times out of 10 you gonna die. If you believe in yourself and you think you gonna die, there's a 0% chance that you're gonna die. Word to bro. And if that's not right, you better think it's right. This goes back to my narcissism maxing video. Next video coming up, by the way. You're welcome. But hold on. Yeah, dudes just got purpose. Dudes got danger. We gotta balance the two. You know what I mean? You're not seeing a guy with 5 children, like child-aged children, going on a motorcycle and going high speeds on the highway. You know what I mean? But if you do it in your 20s, you only live once. You know what I mean? And I'm going to end it here because I have another video idea I want to throw out there. You know what I mean? I haven't uploaded on this channel for like 3 months. And I need to get to it. So I'm out.